Hi everyone. Today I wanted to go ahead and go over some stretches with you guys. These are some basic stretches that you guys should be able to do within a small, decent area. You don't need too much room for doing these. From here, I'm already starting off a stretch that will really benefit your front snap kick. What I'm doing is I'm just sitting on my knees, but my toes are curled forward. This is really good to stretch that part of your foot so that way when you kick, you can have your toes out of the way for that kick. So while we're holding this stretch, what we can also do is hold on to our right ankle like so and pull our neck the opposite way. Okay, so you can hold each of these stretches for, I recommend about 30 seconds each time, but right now we'll just hold it for 10 for this video. Okay, and then you can go ahead, grab with your other hand on your other leg and pull the opposite way. With this, you want to try to keep your shoulders level. I know my shoulders are a little crooked, so I'm trying to offset that while pulling my head the other way. We don't want to tense up our shoulders at all, we just want to relax. Alright, and from here you can go ahead, relax. If holding your toes stretched out like that is too much for you while you're holding your neck stretches, you can go ahead and sit on the top of your foot after a little while, after about 20 or 30 seconds, and just continue your stretches that way. Alright, so moving on, you can go ahead, bring that left leg forward, right leg in. Straighten that back out, take a deep breath, and move forward. Now with this, I always tell you guys, make sure you're not curling your head forward like so. You want to keep your back nice and straight, so aim for that belly button to go down first, then your chest down to your knee, and then your head. That's how you get good flexibility. You should be feeling it in your hamstring. Alright, from here, you can go ahead and hold that leg right out where it is. I'm just going to turn. So now my bent foot is facing sideways, and that straightened out foot, the toes are going to stay straight up. I'm going to lean forward. This is really good for your hip flexors to stretch those out. Alright, and coming back up. From here, I'm going to keep this leg bent right where it is, and then this straight leg, I'm going to swing it all the way behind me. So that way I'm creating like a 7 with my leg. So this is the front view. From the side, you'll see that my foot, this is how it looks from the side. This foot is bent on this side, and my straightened out leg, the top of my foot is facing the floor. It's not turned sideways like so. And then you can hold this. The goal with this stretch is to keep this leg parallel to the wall in front of you. You don't want to point it like so. So always try to keep it straight. And from here, go ahead, grab that ankle. You want to keep your shoulders square. You don't want to turn it either way. You want to keep it straight back. Alright, and let go. From here, let's go ahead and stretch that other leg out. So right leg straight out, left leg bent in. Take a deep breath, straighten that back out again. In, out, and grab. And if you're not able to grab your foot yet, Or if you're only able to go this far, that's fine. Don't ever push yourself too far. You don't want to cause any injuries. If you jerk yourself forward or if you push yourself beyond your body's capability, you can injure yourself for quite a long time. You can tear muscles, and it's not a pleasant feeling for quite some time. So just listen to your body, be nice to yourself. If you can't hold on to your foot just yet, just go as far as you can. Just hold on to your ankle or as far as you can, and just breathe through the stretch. You should feel pulling and tightness, but you should not feel pain. All right, and go ahead, turn. Again, keep the toes straight up. This foot you want to keep straight. Try not to have it pointed like so. You want to open up your hips and lean forward. All right, and from here you're going to come back and swing around. Again, you want this leg to try to be as straight as possible. You don't want to point it. And that straight leg in the back, you want to make sure that the top of your foot, aka the instep, is flat on the floor and not sideways. So you can hold it. If this is easy for you and you don't feel any stretch, you can always lower yourself down, or you can try straighten this leg out, or try to get that other hip flat on the floor. There's lots of ways to challenge yourself with this stretch. All right, and grab. I always like grabbing my foot with my opposite arm just to make sure that my shoulders are square and not turned either way. Usually when I grab this way or other people, I usually see them turning like so. So to avoid that, I just grab with my opposite. All right, from here, let go. Now go ahead, bring both feet straight out. Take a deep breath in, straighten that back again, and down towards your feet. With this stretch, you can challenge yourself a few different ways. If you can just grab your ankles and that's where your limit is, just hold on right there. If you want to challenge yourself in other ways and you can reach your toes, what I like to do sometimes is I pull my toes towards myself. I feel a nice deep stretch in my calves, which I always find my calves to be pretty tight, so I like this stretch for myself. You can also point your feet down while you grab your ankles. You'll feel a nice stretch right here, which is good for your roundhouse kicks. So you can do different things with this. You can even turn your feet sideways. There's lots of things you can do with this. Just again, listen to your body and don't pull too hard or too fast, and just breathe. All right, now bring those feet in. Hold on to your feet and try to aim for those knees to be flat on the floor. This is called a butterfly stretch, and again, try to straighten that back out as you're pulling your knees flat on the floor. And you can hold it here for a few seconds. You can bounce a little bit if you want to try to get your stretch a little bit further. And then after a few seconds, you can go ahead, pull forward, try to get your face flat on the floor. All right, and from here, go ahead, take those legs straight out to the side. And now go ahead, take a deep breath in once more. Breathe in, out, down towards the middle. If you can, with this stretch, try to hold yourself in line with your arms to try to work on that core strength. Try not to just drop your arms down or hoist yourself forward. Try to go nice and slow so you don't stress your body out while you're strengthening your muscles. And from here you can hold it. With any stretch, but especially this one, make sure you're taking deep breaths. I know that when we stretch, our body starts to stress out, start to panic that we're putting it beyond its normal positions. So we start breathing a little bit shorter or faster, and our muscles start to tighten up. So to help loosen up those muscles, we want to make sure that we are breathing slowly and calmly, letting our body know that it's okay that we're stretching our muscles out like we are. And so from here, what I like to do is I make a spider with my hands, and with each deep breath, I pull forward and I hold. And notice with this position, I'm not bending my legs at all. My legs are straight and they're not dipping outwards or anything. I'm trying to keep them straight up. As soon as you start bending your legs, you're actually making it harder for yourself. So you want to keep your legs straight. Okay, and so from here, you're going to pull back up. If possible, you're going to want to switch a little bit forward, try to deepen that stretch. And let's go ahead, move on to our left side. Hold that stretch. All right, and go ahead, switch. All right, and once more, try to deepen the stretch if you can. And last time, reach forward. All right, and go ahead, pull back up. And to get out of the split stretch, some people just bring their legs back together and shake them out. What I do to make it easier in the hips is I bring them in like so. I fold them in and out a little bit to relax the hips, and then I can stand up. Okay. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and move on to some joint movements to relax the body a little bit from our stretches. First one, my favorite after stretching the splits is the hip rotations. I'm just trying to make big circles with my hips. After a few times, you can go ahead and switch. Okay, and from here you can go ahead, lean to the side, stretch that oblique out, the side of your body. And switch. All right, feet together, hands on the knees, and rotate the knees. This also helps rotate the ankles. Stretch those out. After a few, go ahead, switch sides. All right, and from here, go ahead, grab the right leg, pull it in, nice and tight. All right, and bringing that leg forward. And go ahead, switch. So, holding on this way. And bringing it forward. All right, and just a few more stretches for the upper body. So go ahead, arm rotations forward. And backward. All right, and in front. twisting side to side. Probably hear my back cracking. All right, and reaching straight up, take a deep breath, down towards the floor. If you can touch the floor already with your full hand, you can go ahead, grab your ankles and pull forward. Try to get your face down between your legs. And pull straight up. Now moving on to neck rotations. This one, make sure you do nice and slow. The neck is very sensitive, so you do not want to jerk your neck too fast and give yourself a pulled muscle. Feels like you give yourself whiplash if you do that, and it is not fun. So go ahead, switch your rotation. And stop. All right, last thing to finish up these stretches. Let's go ahead and get some movement. With that, we're gonna go ahead and do that front stretch kick. So you can get into that front stance. Remember, front leg is bent, back leg is locked. You wanna keep yourself nice and square in front, not turned. Your hands can be up. You're gonna bring it straight up and back down, okay? You can go ahead and do that for 5 counts or however many you would like. So from here, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, try to land right where you started. Then you can switch stance. And again, front leg locked, front leg bent, back leg locked. Hands are up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And coming back. And you can go ahead back to ready stance and resting stance. Thank you guys for joining my favorite thing to do, well, one of my favorite things to do with martial arts, stretching. If you guys have any questions or you want more ideas for stretching, you can let myself know or Master Jabari know. We're happy to help in any way we can. As long as you guys keep stretching and keep moving, even for just 15 minutes a day or half hour, that's much better than just sitting and watching TV. But the best part about stretching is you can do it while you watch TV or read or study or anything like that. So really try to keep up with that. Try to keep challenging yourselves too. All right, I hope you guys stay safe and healthy and that everyone's doing well. Always reach out to us if you have any questions. Bye guys.